Hey guys. All right, there we go. We should be good now. Great to see you all. There we go. Right, we're slowly getting things up and running, bit by bit. That is the plan. I should be live on YouTube, hopefully, YouTube main and YouTube Shorts. So if you want to jump over there and check that out, that would be sweet. Change the cam. I did change the cam and I did shave. Yes. TNL, how you doing, mate? Yes, I've had a few changes to the stream setup. So I did do some desk rearranging yesterday. I changed the camera. I just wasn't happy with the angle and the way things were looking. It was all a bit bleh. And I added some nice little stuff over this side of the desk now, as you can probably see. Wait, can I even see it? Yes. Which my mic arm is pretty much in the way, so maybe I need to shift my mic, but just wanted to create a bit of interest over there. I was looking at plants. We've got a couple of my plants that I had in my office, like that. Everything was in here already, it just wasn't in view of the camera. So I shifted some stuff around, and got my Batman light over there, which is pretty cool. Got my man candle, because I like my man candle. I like my cool kind of desk accessories. So TNL, the mic that I'm using, this is my original mic that I bought, I want to say in like 2019, and it is literally the cheapest mic that you could find on Amazon. It's a newer condenser mic. And I think the mic and the arm, and it came with a pop filter and stuff. It's an XLR mic. I think it was like, I don't know, I want to say like 30 bucks or 40 bucks. No, I'd love a pod mic. That is the goal, to get a pod mic. But at the moment, this is kind of, I reckon it sounds okay. It doesn't sound terrible. Yes, I'm using a Wave XLR interface. So I have a Wave XLR device, and I'm using the Wave XLR software. I retweaked some of my mic settings over the weekend as well, so that's kind of yeah, that's kind of what's happening. But I reckon the mic kind of sounds okay, so I'm not too worried about the mic. The thing that I really need right now is this guy. I need a new one of these. That's probably the main thing that I need something. If I'm going to say I need to do any upgrades, is I definitely need a new camera. Because the camera I'm using, I was using a C920. And then I actually found, don't know if it's worth it. You need a new camera. Yeah, so the C920, that's what I was using. And then I found a very, very, very cheap alternative, which is actually a 2K, which I like because I do like to do like the little punch-ins. Is it gonna do it? I need to be, it's weird, I need to be like clicked out of, there we go. Yes, I do like to do the punch-ins. So 2K obviously helps keep the quality good for that. But it's a pretty terrible webcam, not gonna lie. So I'm sort of debating, like, do I want to just get like a better quality webcam, or I want to just like go like DSLR quality? You know, maybe if I'm doing more YouTube content, DSLR is the way to go, because I can use it to record YouTube content and stuff like that. But that's a ways down the track. So I do have a dono goal up there somewhere, up there. Thought about, yeah, that's up there for me as well. The other one I do like is the Insta360. I can't remember what the name of it is, but there's a fairly new Insta360 that's come out, which is amazing quality. And they have two versions. They have a version that's on like a gimbal, so it does like the face tracking and following you and stuff. They also have this exact same camera but without the gimbal, so it's just a static camera. But I'm pretty sure it's 4K 30 maybe. I don't think it's 4K 60. I think it's 4K 30. Got that fixed today. Oh sweet, I'm keen for a cooking stream. Yeah, so the wife was doing night shifts over the weekend, so I just spent a fair bit of time on Saturday in the office here, just tweaking some stuff and doing some bits and pieces, mucking around with the stream deck, getting some audio and stuff set up. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. Yes, I do regret the shave, but it had to be done, you know, every now and then. So yeah, we're getting into it. I'm pretty keen to do some YouTube stuff, but not gaming, like more just, yeah, some little videos. Anyway, watch that space. I'm not going to reveal anything just yet until I figure out what I'm actually going to do there. But I've had some thoughts, I've had some ideas, so that is the plan. Yeah, so I completely cleaned off my desk, although it's messy again now. Doesn't take much. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. What I would like to do, I do want to come over here and add stream preview over here. Yeah. YouTube content is hard to figure out. Yeah, but the thing is, now I've got time, and if I want to make a go of it, I can actually like kind of schedule stuff in my week, so I'm not just coming in cold and like sticking a camera in my face and starting. Like I've actually got time to script and prepare and research and do all that. And you know what? This is like my whole career is video. It's like, why am I not sort of implementing those skills into building something that, you know, that I want to build? So I thought my candle went out there. I like my man candle. That was a Christmas present. It's very nice. So wait, I've got the stream preview here. Let's lower the quality so I'm not using up like super amounts of bandwidth. But it is nice to just have that there to look at, because I like looking at myself, you know, not really. All right, so let's get into it. TNL, how's your weekend going, mate? Sunday night. Have you had a pretty chill weekend? Did some cooking? Did some tinkering? It's been good. Sweet, man. That's good. Glad to hear it. Hey, I'm gonna ask you a favor. It's been chill as in temperature wise, and chill as in relaxing wise, because I imagine it's very chill where you are at the moment. I'll take some of that because it's stinking hot over here still. Both. Do you mind jumping over to the YouTubes and just checking the main YouTube and the YouTube shorts, and just make sure the shorts is, I'm not sure how, like I'm trying to figure out how that works, because I know I'm live in a vertical format, but I don't know. Is that something I can check like on my phone? Should be able to, right? If I go to, yeah. So it's saying my current live streams, that one and that one there. Okay. Where's the title for that? I don't know. I hope that's coming up in the list of shorts stuff. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey, it's working. Nice little YouTube message there. Was that on the YouTube Shorts, or was that in the YouTube, the main one? Because it doesn't separate in the multi-stream chat thingy here. Yeah. It's all stuff I'm figuring out as we go. So the only problem is I'm using the Stream Elements multi-stream. I was using Atom, the plugin for OBS multi-stream. But everything else in my infrastructure is Stream Elements. So I was like, now that they've released that, I might just jump onto that. The only problem I have with it is, with the chat, I have to have 2 chat windows open, because the multi-chat, I cannot actually like type in the multi-chat view. Like, it gives me a list of messages, but I can't actually reply on that. So I've got to have my Twitch chat open at the same time. This is the Shorts. You got me going 3 times. Nice. Nothing like a bit of extra zero, right? So yeah, all just stuff I'm figuring out, because I've never done the multi-stream. I've never done the YouTube streaming before. So I was like with the YouTube stuff, I'm like, what do I want to focus on here? I'm like, well, there's so many avenues. There's all the short stuff, there's the live stuff, there's TikTok, there's, you know, Insta, there's all of those things. It's like, I just need to simplify and figure out. So I'm thinking, if I'm going to do some YouTube content, I'm just going to focus mainly on main YouTube, not so much shorts. Maybe out of the main YouTube, I'll cut some shorts, but it's not going to be like, you know, I'm gonna drop 3 different YouTube shorts every day or anything like that. It'll just be, if there's something that works, then I'll use that. But yeah, so Stream Elements now has a plugin that does multi-stream. So you just open that, it's just a dock inside of OBS. So you open the dock up and you very, very easily can connect. Can I, maybe I don't think I'm set up to show you, but yeah, so just in the top of your OBS where your Stream Elements list is and your docs, there's one called Multi-Stream. You load that up, it gives you Twitch by default, obviously, and then you can connect YouTube, TikTok, basically any of the other platforms. You just connect them. And then for YouTube, when you connect YouTube, it'll give you 2, and you just make one a vertical canvas. So there's also within Stream Elements built-in vertical canvas as well. Yes, and all the chat feeds into one chat box, but you cannot type in that chat box. It's just there for viewing. So you've got to have 2 chat boxes open. So I have one that's like on my vertical monitor, which is like half the screen is just the multi-chat. And then on the left side, I have a very, very small one where it just has basically the send a message, and it will send a message to Twitch, to the Twitch stream. So it doesn't go to everywhere. It just sends a message to the Twitch stream. But it also allows me, it's got my redeems in there if I want to do like a redeem. Oh, it's working. Look at that. So yeah. And I'm using the I'm just gonna wait till this finishes. Yeah, and I'm using the Malachi's here. Bit of 8-bit, love it. I love that these are all still working after 6 months. I didn't have to touch them, they all just worked. Hey Malakali, what's happening, my dude? So yeah, TNL, I'm using the ground control app, the Stream Elements ground control app as well. and it's brilliant. They've overhauled that. So on the one screen, it's got all my chat, it's got my settings, so like my stream title, my stream category, it's got commands in there, it's got the activity feed, it's even got a live preview, little preview monitor, so I can like check what's happening with the stream. So it's awesome. Gundam model, nice. Pictures, or it didn't happen. Malachi. Pallet box, hey dude, good to see you, mate. Man, it's been a minute. How is your stream break going? I hope you're having some time to chill and relax. And I don't want to push you into anything, but just curious, what are your plans for coming back? Totally tubular. Man, Frosty Tools is even working. Love it. So yeah, we're doing some overhaul, and as most of you probably know, I love tweaking with the stream stuff, the behind the scenes stuff. So I've done a fair bit of that over the last couple of days. Getting rested up, love it. Last the flu, that's not good. That's not good. But as long as, like, you know, your mental space is doing good and you're just getting that break, that breather, that time to think, you know, bit of de-stressing, de-pressuring, love it. Come back this next week. Yeah, cool. Cool. Well, I will be around. I'm always, generally, most of the time, if not chatting, lurking in your streams, Palette. So just know that. I do tend to do a lot of lurking. Yeah, so I was just saying at the end of last week when I sort of jumped back into some streaming that with my job situation changing a little bit, at the moment I have some time to do some streams during the day. I'm going to keep them fairly short, but I have really wanted to do for a long time now a bit of Bible reading as part of the stream, so we're going to incorporate that, maybe a little bit of gaming, maybe just some chatting, what we're doing now. So yeah, wait, are you getting into 3D printing as well, Palette? You getting into some 3D printing? That'd be cool. I'd love to see some of that on your streams. I reckon, Malachi, you should set up just a dedicated 3D print stream. Like, you didn't have to be on it. Just like go live with a camera on your prints and just let us watch your machines printing stuff. Purchase and assemble. Okay. Fair enough, Palette. Yeah, Malachi is like an epic 3D printerer. He does heaps of cool 3D printing stuff and heaps of like cool models and stuff. Oh, that's interesting. I can't actually. I was hoping I could highlight that text and copy it, but I have to do that in this one because I'm not familiar. So I'm actually going to have a bit of a squiz over here. Oh, that's cool. So, like, do you print it in one go, or you got to print all the pieces and then put it together? How does that work? Palette box cheated, yeah. With the amount of DIY stuff that you do, Palette, I don't think you can claim to be cheating because you bought a model, because you've practically built everything else in your entire world by hand. Model kits. Oh, okay, that's cool. Same manner as model kits. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. Like, I'd love to get into 3D printing, but I just can't afford the expense right now, and it's not like I would be getting it to make money from it. But it would be purely like a hobby type thing. All right, we might jump over and we'll do today's a bit of reading. So I was chatting last week, but I've basically been following it's called the Revised Common Lectionary. That's big fancy words. So basically it's just a Bible reading plan that basically follows the traditional Bible calendar, if that makes sense. So it's really cool because you just open it up and it gives you, a few different readings. There's always a Psalm, and there's always an Old Testament reading and a New Testament reading, and they follow themes and they follow like the traditional calendar, so Lent and Advent and all of that kind of stuff. So and I'm using software called Logos Bible software, and it's really cool because I can read in here. It's got the lectionary, like what I need to read each day. I can write notes, I can do like searches and study and stuff. It's pretty cool. Mine are mostly money making lately, but I squeeze in fun stuff. Yeah, cool. I mean, if you're making money of it. So is this model for you, or is it like one that you're sending out to a customer? All right, let's I've moved everything on my Stream Deck around, so let's jump over here. And I don't know why, but sometimes it just doesn't like to load the thing. So give me a sec and I will load it in. I need to go to studio mode for a sec. This one here. This one. There we go. Oh, and I messed that up, didn't I? Oh. Too far. There we go. That's about where I had it, I'm pretty sure. No worries, Malachi. Enjoy your dinner. You need to come back and at least tell me what's for dinner. You heading off for dinner too, Pallet? Sweet, man. All good. Enjoy some dinner times. We're going to get into this, and here we go. Today's Psalm is Psalm 120. Let's jump over. Let's swap our music over. Oh, why is Spotify disconnected? Don't mind me. Not a real streamer unless something is broken. Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's working. You're gonna hang for a bit? Cool. Red beans and rice. Nice. I actually made like a carbonara last night. It was actually pretty good. Super simple, but the kids love it. So it's always a winner. Grab some chicken, grab some bacon, cook them up. Grab a bit of a carbonara sauce and some pasta, whack it in the oven with some cheese on top. Beautiful. It was really good. All right, guys, here we go. Psalm 120. I'm reading from the Amplified version. I love the Amplified version. In my distress I cried to the Lord, and he answered me. Deliver me, O Lord, from lying lips and from deceitful tongues. What shall be given to you, or what shall be done to you, you deceitful tongue? Sharp arrows of a mighty warrior with glowing coals of the broom tree. Okay. Woe is me that I sojourn with Meshech, that I dwell beside the tents of Kedar, as if among notoriously barbarous people. My life has too long had its dwelling with him who hates peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. So is this referring to, I probably need to do a bit of background on this, which I will do off stream, and to see, you know, who is actually chatting here. Actually, maybe, give me a sec. Let's go old school, because this might actually have some info in it. All right, so the notes in my study Bible say this psalm is the first of a group of psalms called the Song of Ascent. This group of hymns was probably used by pilgrims making their way to Jerusalem to worship the Lord during the 3 annual feasts, Passover, Pentecost, and Tabernacles. Since Jerusalem is on a high hill, a traveler always goes up to Jerusalem, hence the term Songs of Ascent. Okay. Meshech and Kedar, these seem to be examples of the pagan people among whom the psalmist had to live. Okay. So here, when he's talking about Meshech and beside the sense of Kedar, he's talking about pagans. So this guy is obviously having to deal with being a Christian in a very non-Christian environment, dealing with people who are against him and against his beliefs and stuff. Interesting. But when I speak, they are for war. I will lift up my eyes to the hills around Jerusalem, to sacred Mount Zion and Mount Moriah. From whence shall my help come? This is amplified. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip or to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand, the side not carrying a shield. That's cool. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand, the side not carrying a shield. The sun shall not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. Our feet are standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem, which is built as a city that is compacted together, to which the tribes go up, even the tribes of the Lord, as was decreed and as a testimony for Israel, to give thanks to the name of the Lord. For there the thrones of judgment were set, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper who love you, the holy city. May peace be within your walls and prosperity within your palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek, inquire for, and require your good. Oh, we read a bit too far there. It's alright. Why don't I have... Alright, let me just do some tweaking here. Chapter and verse numbers. Okay, there we go. That's why I went too far. Footnote indicators. Okay, so it's... Yeah, cool. Alright. Yeah, I've just downloaded this software, so I'm still getting the hang of the formatting. It's pretty in-depth, but so these little blue notes here are really cool because that basically said what my Bible said. Was sung by the caravans of pilgrims going up to attend the annual feast of Jerusalem, but it's equally possible that the title has reference to some peculiarity in connection with the music or the manner of using it. That'll be, yeah. All right, so we were only actually meant to read this bit. That's all right. We've gone above and beyond. All right, so our Old Testament reading is from 2 Kings 24, 18 through to 25, 21. Yeah, okay. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began his 11-year reign in Jerusalem. His mother was Hamatal, daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. He did evil in the sight of the Lord in keeping with all Jehoiakim had done. For because of the anger of the Lord, it came to the point in Jerusalem and Judah that he cast them out of his presence, and Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. The anger of the Lord came to the point in Jerusalem and Judah. He cast them out of his presence. Yeah. Chapter 25. In the 9th year of Zedekiah's reign, on the 10th day of the 10th month, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came with all his army against Jerusalem and laid siege to it. And they built siege works against it roundabout. The city was besieged nearly 2 years, until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. On the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine was complete in the city. There was no food for the people of the land. Then the city was broken through the king, and all the warriors fled by night by the way of the gate between the two walls by the king's garden. Though the Chaldeans were round about the city, the king went by the way toward the Araba, the plain. The Chaldean army pursued the king and overtook him in the plains of Jericho. All his army was scattered from him. So they captured Zedekiah and brought him to the king of Babylon, and sentence was passed on him. And they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and bound him in double fetters. I'm not sure what a fetter is. Wait, can I do a... Normally I can do like a Bible word study. Okay, so it's just like a bond. Just chains? Yeah. So it's like a bond or a chain or yeah. And carried him to Babylon. Oh, this was actually prophesied. Interesting. On the 7th day of the 5th month, it's Old English, yeah. Yeah, interesting, because I'm reading the amplified version of the Bible, so it's not like I'm reading like Old King James or something. So, interesting that that's still used in this translation. On the 7th day of the 5th month of the 19th year, where am I meant to read up to here? 25, 21, okay. 19 year King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. Nebuzaradan, man, what a name. Nebuzaradan, captain of the Babylonians' king's guard, came to Jerusalem. He burned the house of the Lord, the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem. Every great house he burned down. All the army of the Chaldeans who were with the captain of the Babylonian guard broke down the walls around Jerusalem. Now the rest of the people left in the city, and the deserters who fell away to the king of Babylon, along with the rest of the multitude, Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried into exile. But the captain of the guard left some of the poorest of the land to be vine dressers and soil tillers. The bronze pillars in the Lord's house and its bases, and the bronze sea, the Chaldeans smashed and carried the bronze to Babylon. So basically they just looted and pillaged. They took away the pots, shovels, snuffers, dishes for incense, all the bronze vessels used in the temple service, the fire pans and bowls, such things as were of gold, the captain of the guard took away as gold, and what was of silver he took away as silver. The two pillars, the one sea, and the bases, which Solomon had made for the house of the Lord, the bronze of all these articles were incalculable. Wow, that's a lot. The height of the one pillar was 18 cubits, and upon it was a capital of bronze. The height of the capital was 3 cubits. A network and pomegranates round about the capital were all of bronze, and the second pillar had the same as these, with a network. So it's just telling us like it was big and elaborate. The captain of the guard took Sariah, the chief priest, Zephaniah the second priest, and the 3 keepers of the threshold, and out of the city he took an officer who was in command of the men of war, and 5 men of the king's personal advisers, who were found in the city, and the scribe of the captain of the army, who mustered the people of the land, and 60 men of the people who were found in the city. Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, took these and brought them to the king of Babylon at Riblah, or Riblah. The king of Babylon smote and killed them at Riblah in the land of Hamath, north of Damascus. So Judah was taken into exile. Hi, Sapphire. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, it has been a minute. How are you doing? How's things? I noticed you've been streaming. I've been jumping in and lurking from time to time when I can. Judah was taken in exile. Over the people whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had left in the land of Judah, he appointed as governor Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. And when all the captains of the forces and their men heard the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, they came with their men to Gedaliah at Mizpah, namely Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, Johanan, son of Kareah, Sariah, son of Tanahumeth. Wow, of course I'd get this chapter here to read with all the big names in it. These names are ridiculous. And Jezaniah, son of the Machathite. And Gedaliah swore to them and their men, saying, "Do not be afraid of the Chaldean officials. Dwell in the land. Dwell in the land and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you." But in the 7th month, Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, the son of Elishama of the royal family, so having a claim to be governor, came with 10 men and smote and killed Gedaliah and the Jews and the Chaldeans who were with him at Mizpah. Man, there's a lot of there's just so much hostility. It's interesting because you just wouldn't see that kind of thing these days. Like, you know, you see people get put in prison or blah 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 or whatever, but you know, these people, they just went and killed them. Like, nope, not putting up with this, and they went and killed them. Crazy. Good. Capture card shorted out last night. Oh no. I'm coming tomorrow. My chair, pop a few springs and hit me in the back. Oh. Well, I'm sorry. I hope that didn't cause too much injury, Sapphire. But look, on the bright side, you are getting some new cool gear, I guess. But I know it's always rough when that kind of stuff happens out of the blue because you've never got the budget for it. It's hard to imagine how hostile it really was. Like when you read sort of between the lines of all, you know, the big names and all that stuff, it was just like, you know, one group of people came in, they took over, they burnt everything, they stole all their stuff, they basically pillaged and plundered everything they could get their hands on, they killed everyone. It's just like, man. Gives a lot of perspective. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I guess just how I guess the stress of the time, like, you know, like the stress we deal with today, it's a different kind of stress. And you think, oh man, like sometimes you think, geez, it would have been so simple living back then. You didn't have to worry about so much stuff and all of that. But I was like, it's just different. Like the people that lived in these cities and in this time, and especially of conquest and all of that, like I think there would have been a constant stress and anxiety and a fear for their lives, basically. Exactly, Sapphire. It's like, you know. Anyway, like that's really the thing. Like context is so important when reading the Bible and just understanding the time and how different it was to, you know, here I am reading this in front of a screen live online, like like totally chalk and cheese, you know. It's like trying to get the context and the understanding of how people lived in the day. It's yeah. All right, moving on. So this will probably follow on tomorrow because that's generally the way the lectionary works, is it follows on from day to day. All right, next one is 1 Corinthians 15, 20 to 34. So this is the New Testament reading for the day. But the fact is that Christ, the Messiah, has been raised from the dead, and he became the firstfruits of those who have fallen asleep in death. Yeah, exactly. Like their worries and their anxieties were so primal, I guess, maybe for lack of a better word, compared to ours today. Because generally, you know, for the most part, most of us, especially in the Western world, like, we have enough money, we have enough food, you know, we're not worried about that kind of stuff. Primal is a good word. Okay, I'll take that. But the fact is that Christ the Messiah has been raised from the dead. He became the firstfruits of those who have fallen asleep in death. For since it was through a man that death came into the world, it is also through a man that the resurrection of the dead has come. For just as, in brackets, because of their union of nature in Adam all people die, so also by virtue of their union of nature shall all in Christ be made alive. Love it. But each in his own rank and turn. Christ, the Messiah, is the first fruits. Then those who are Christ's own will be resurrected at his coming. After that comes the end, the completion, when he delivers over the kingdom to God the Father and rendering inoperative and abolishing every other rule and every authority and power. Every authority and power, I love it. For Christ must be king and reign until he has put all his enemies under his feet. The last enemy to be subdued and abolished is death. For he, the Father, has put all things in subjection under his, Christ's, feet. But when it says all things are put in subjection under him, it is evident that he himself is accepted, who does the subjecting of all things to him. However, when everything is subjected to him, then the Son himself will also subject himself to the Father, who put all things under him, so that God may be all in all, be everything to everyone, supreme, the indwelling and controlling factor of life. What a sentence. Otherwise, what do people mean by being themselves, baptized in behalf of the dead? If the dead are not raised at all, why are people baptized for them? For that matter, why do I live dangerously as I do, running such risks that I am in peril every hour? I assure you, by the pride which I have in you, in your fellowship and union with Christ, Jesus our Lord, that I die daily. I face death every day, and I die to self. Man, there's so much to unpack in that. What do I gain if merely from the human point of view I fought with wild beasts at Ephesus, if the dead are not raised at all? Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we will be dead. Do not be so deceived and misled. Evil companionships, communions, associations corrupt and deprave good manners and morals and character. So important to be so attuned to, and be careful with people that we allow to talk into our lives. 34. Awake from your drunken stupor and return to sober sense and your right minds, and sin no more. For some of you have not the knowledge of God. You are utterly and willfully and disgracefully ignorant, and continue to be so, lacking the sense of God's presence and all true knowledge of him. I say this to your shame. I'm going to read the next couple as well. But someone will say, how can the dead be raised? With what kind of body will they come forth? You foolish man, every time you plant seed, you sow something that does not come to life, germinating, springing up, and growing unless it dies first. Nor is the seed you sow the body which it is going to have later, but it is a naked kernel, perhaps of wheat or some of the rest of the grains. But God gives to it the body that he plans and sees fit, and to each kind of seed a body of its own. For all flesh is not the same, but there is one kind for humans, another for beasts, another for birds, and another for fish. There are heavenly bodies, sun, moon, and stars, and there are earthly bodies, men, animals, and plants, but the beauty and glory of the heavenly bodies is of one kind, while the beauty and glory of earthly bodies is a different kind. One of my favorite sections of the New Testament, much more paramount to understand God's plan for the church. Yeah, there's a lot there. I'll go back and read that again off stream and just try and unpack a bit more of it, because there's so much there that some of it's pretty direct. That's what I love about the New Testament authors were so direct. They just said it how it was, and I just feel like these days we beat around the bush a lot. We try not to offend people. We try not to say things that are going to hurt people, whatever. These guys were just you should be ashamed of yourselves, and I say this to your shame. Where was the other bits? You are utterly and willfully and disgracefully ignorant, and can you continue to be so, lacking the sense of God's presence and all true knowledge of him. Like, that's pretty direct. And you know what? Some of us need to hear that. Yeah, someone needs to come and say, dude, you're just being deceived and misled. Stop talking to those people. They're like, you know, they're depraving your good manners and morals and character. Like, sometimes it's just so good to get to the point, you know? Oh, yeah, there was a lot there. There was a lot there to read and unpack, so definitely something worth jumping back in. But if you guys are keen to follow along with this, yeah, it's just called the Revised Common Lectionary. You can Google it if you want, and it will, you know, bring you this kind of daily reading. Like I said, there's always a psalm in it, there's always an Old Testament, and there's always a New Testament scripture in there. Tough to balance telling the truth in love. Also depends on who you are talking to. Your tone is very important. Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's the thing. It's got to be the motive behind it. It's got to be said out of coming from a place of love and not wanting to see that person do harm to themselves or others, I guess. So it comes down to your intention behind, you know, what you're saying. But I just feel like the respect, I guess, that some of these early church planters and authors had was much higher than the respect that is given to godly authority today. I mean, that's a generalization, I guess, but, and without that sense of respect, it's very difficult for someone who is in a godly, you know, position of authority to be that direct if that respect isn't there to begin with, you know? Yeah, anyway, that's something I'll keep thinking about over the course of the day, and maybe I'll write some notes about it or something. I'm trying to get back into doing a bit more journaling more. Yeah, it's good. There's a lot to unpack there. So definitely I'll need to go back and just read that and maybe look at some of these footnotes here and all that fun stuff. And palette, yeah, that's not just confined to the US church. And I've seen that here as well. There's something about, yeah, like a humility that comes with being in a spiritual authority, position of authority. They laud their authority. And yeah, and I've seen it where pastors and the like try and demand respect, but like positional respect. And that's where I think it goes wrong. It's like, instead of demanding respect because you're in a position of, you know, you're a pastor or you're a leader in the church or whatever, you need to get the respect from, I guess, the wisdom and the authority that you carry because of your relationship with God, if that makes sense. Like, I don't respect someone because they tell me to respect them. I'll respect someone that I can see obviously has the underlying, you know, relationship with God, the integrity, you know, you can see that they are walking the talk, so to speak. I guess, yeah. I mean, there's a... I don't know. It's just my thoughts just blurting out. But, yeah. I guess, to be expected. I guess, you know, the Bible clearly talks about, you know, as time goes on in the end days, not that I'm saying that we're, you know, the world's going to end or anything, but we would see more and more of this kind of behavior, especially in the church, you know. And that's human nature and human sinful nature, you know, the nature of the flesh and all of that is self-seeking. So there was always going to be, I guess, some sense of a downward spiral over time. Pointing people to the authority of God and his word. Yep. And yeah, and that's the thing for preachers, it almost becomes a celebrity status thing, especially some of those bigger churches, and that it becomes more about what the preacher is saying and how crafty their words are and how good their presentations are, rather than pointing directly to God's word, I guess. Cool. All right. Good chat. Good chat, guys. Good chat. So, what are you playing at the moment, Pella? What's taking your fancy? Yeah, like, cause I'm definitely gonna have to go back and read that again and just do some meditative thought into it, because there's, like I said, a lot there to unpack. Yeah, I saw you, BDB, playing Path of Exile. Look at BDB coming in on the YouTubes. I love it. Thanks, man. Appreciate you jumping over there. Tino, what are you doing? You've done enough, mate. You gave, like, what, 8 subs the other day? So, stop it. There is no donate link for you. You're banned. You're banned. Playing some Apex. Working on the basement. Yeah, okay. Wait, working on the basement as in your stream room? That part of the basement? Because that's where your stream room isn't. That's where the pallet box is. Yeah, I noticed you were playing Path of Exile. That's like a top-down... What do they call those games? Like a Diablo style thing? Here, spend more time here than any other. Yeah, I spend like quite a bit of time on the YouTubes these days. Not gonna lie. I tend to lurk on Twitch more than anything these days. The other side. Oh, the other side. I was like, what, pallet? You're overhauling the pallet box? Restart a character in Final Fantasy 14. Nice, nice. So, gaming for me recently has been, well, from most recent, I've been playing Green Hell. which is like survival crafter set in the Amazon jungle. It's pretty good. It's pretty the crafting is tedious. Put it that way. Yeah, it's quite tedious. Fixing the area that's not the pallet box. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Are you documenting this one on your Discord and on Instagram? So I have to jump over and have a look. One thing you can always be sure of is Pallet has a project underway. Yeah, so before Green Hell, I was playing Hell Let Loose, which I love that game, on Discord. Okay, I'll jump over and have a look. Hell Let Loose is super fun. In fact, Pallet, you might like Hell Let Loose. Have you played Hell Let Loose? It was free on the Epic Store like over Christmas, and I picked it up there and just randomly fired it up and had a go and died a lot, but I just love the strategy in it. I was playing I've been into a bit of FPS recently, not gonna lie. Played a fair bit of Black Ops 6 when it came out, just the multiplayer, not Warzone or anything like that. I hate Warzone. Oh yeah, Pallet, I think you're gonna like Hell Let Loose. It's I think you'll really love the strategy of it, but it is a communication game, so you will have to talk to your squad or your team members, like voice chat. That's sort of, I guess, what it mainly relies on in terms of communication. But yeah, so 2 teams of 50, and basically you're strategizing to hold points on a very large map. But yeah, so you have like a team commander, they call it the commander, who basically is in charge of the whole team and has certain abilities that the rest of your team doesn't have. And then it's broken down into squads. So you have a squad leader, and then under that squad leader you have 5 other people in your squad that have different roles. Voice, yeah, so there's proximity chat, but there's also like squad chat. So there's basically 3 different versions of chat in the game, and you use 3 different hotkeys to activate that. So there's proximity chat with anyone who's just nearby you. There's a squad chat, which is probably the main one you use, which is where you're talking to your team of 6 players basically in your squad. And then if you're a squad leader, there's the leadership chat, where you're talking to the commander and all of the other squad leaders. So yeah, so generally if you're just playing as like a random soldier in a squad, you'll just be chatting with your squad mostly. But yeah, you get some really cool guys in there. It's good fun. You get some people that are like get mega into it. But the strategy is awesome. And look, I'm gonna warn you, you're gonna die a lot. Like the whole game is prefaced on this kind of, spawn die kind of thing, which makes you feel like you're fighting a lot more people than just 50. But there is like penalties for team killing, and all that kind of stuff. And the beauty of the game is that your team can set up spawn points anywhere on the map. So the real strategic part of the game is setting up those spawn points in such a way that it's effective for your team. So there's lots of like flanking and all that kind of stuff. So, and lots of getting kills and getting shot from nowhere, and it doesn't show you where you get shot from. So you'll just be crawling in the dirt, and then you go boom, you'll be dead. And it'll be like, where the heck did that come from? But yeah, getting kills is really satisfying in the game, not gonna lie. Old school weaponry, yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's a game you'll really like. But the other thing to note is the matches can take a really long time. Especially if the 2 teams are fairly like even in terms of ability, because there can be a lot of like back and forth with taking points and stuff. So it's not uncommon for a match, single match, to be like an hour and a half long. So, but yeah, let me know when you fire it up. And you got any questions, yeah, hit me up, because like there is a bit of a learning curve. You've got to understand sort of how the game works and stuff. So like how the maps work and how the different supplies and all that fun stuff works. So, but yeah, I think you'll like it. So yeah, I played heaps of that, and I haven't played that for like a couple of weeks, or like, yeah, I want to say maybe 10 days or a couple of weeks now, just having a bit of a breather because I was smashing that pretty hard. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I should be on. Because I'm still in studio mode. I didn't actually change to the just chatting scene. There we go. That's better. That's what it's meant to be on. Wait, what did you do, TNL? Oh, set up the multi-stream. Yeah, it's pretty easy with stream elements. Love the stream overlays and such. Very cool, very clean. Yeah, trying to this has like been my main stream design, like in terms of the colors and the background and that, for like 4 years now. I just change the layout every now and then, so I try to keep it fairly clean and fairly simple, and ran a test as well, and it's all working. Now the thing, TNL, I found with multi-stream is, may not be the case for you, but I have to reconnect my YouTube every time. Otherwise, when I go live, I get an error saying this YouTube is not enabled for live streaming. So I've figured out, after trial and error, that if I just have to go to the bottom of the multi-stream and add a YouTube channel and connect it, and then it seems to work. So, but yeah, so when you go live, you'll notice you can put all your stream titles in for each of your YouTubes, and you'll have to set up, if you're going to go live on the vertical, the YouTube Shorts, you'll have to set up a vertical canvas, which you can link. So you don't have to change all the scenes on both of them. Yep, you can do cooking on YouTube. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So for me, I've got a vertical just chat and a vertical, and a normal just chat, and I've linked the two. So when I change the scene to my normal just chat, it automatically changes the scene on my vertical. And I've done that with all my scenes. So there's a vertical gaming, vertical, the Bible reading scene there, and I just have to hit one scene change. And it does that automatically. So, but yeah, TNL, you need to do some cooking streams. That's a must. That is a must. Guys, I think I'm going to call it there, to be honest, because I got started a bit late and I got some stuff I need to get done. It's 11 a.m. here, so I've got a couple of errands to run and the stuffs to do. So we're not actually going to do any games today, but we did some chatting and did some YouTubing and did some Bible reading and pack of steaks in the freezer. Nice. Yeah. What kind of steak did you get? I have not done any serious cooking for ages, actually. Yeah, Pallet, I appreciate you dropping in and hanging around. Normally when we chat, it's for a couple of minutes because you've raided me, and then and then you're, you know, ducking off to head to bed or get some food and stuff. So we don't get to chat much, but this has been fun. I appreciate it. Some sirloin. Nice, TNL. You too, BDB. You too. Bubba. I like when you call me Bubba. Now, what have I got on tomorrow? Should be on tomorrow. Not sure. We'll just see how it goes. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. Gotta go do some stuff. Good chat. Appreciate you guys. Love your work. Be good. Make good choices. I will jump on and have a look at that now, TNL. For sure. All right, guys. I'm out. See you later.